Yo, what's good my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with yet another Black Clover mobile video. Hope everybody has been enjoying the content lately. And guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it now. I do have a goal that I am trying to meet, like, before the end of the year, I say, but realistically, it'd be nice if I was there before next month. I am trying to shoot up to 500 subscribers. That is just like my next main goal, and I'm just going to focus on that and then take it step by step. The journey of 1,000 steps starts with one, right? So we're going to try to get to 500 first. If you guys can help me out with that, then I greatly appreciate it. If you can't, I guess. But today we're going to be talking about achievements. And you will notice that I am not wearing the Black Bulls robe today, but I am actually wearing the, I tried to get the logo out for you. The Golden Dawn cloak is a little hard to see. The logo on top of this, like, backdrop that's like the same color basically, but I'm wearing the Golden Dawn's cloak, and I will explain why I'm wearing it a little bit into this video. The first thing, before I start talking about the achievements actually, is that I want to talk about what relevance the achievements could have to the game, especially when I show you this certain point in the story. But yeah, let's just talk about that point in the story first, talk about the importance of these achievements, and then afterwards we'll kind of like go over the achievements and talk about all of the missions here and things that you need to be doing every day that when you play the game. And I also have a list of these translated. I will leave the achievement missions linked down below in a translated document, or leave a document of the missions translated down below the video. I think that's what I meant to say. But let's go ahead and talk about what significance this holds to the story. Now guys, there's a specific event that happens in the Black Clover story, like the actual manga, called the Star Awards Festival. And essentially, let's just read here, is an annual festival that celebrates the Magic Knight's achievements and reveals the squad's rankings based on the number of stars obtained during the year. So basically, all of the guilds are ranked by how many stars they acquire from doing certain like quests around the kingdom, and even outside of the kingdom, I guess in the outskirts of the kingdom as well. But literally, when we get to this point in the story for Black Clover, all the Magic Knights are being recognized, and they specifically recognized Asta and Yuno because those two had put in the most work for the year. Those two were the two rookie Magic Knights that ended up getting the most stars anyway, and not even like the two rookie Magic Knights, just the two Magic Knights that got the most stars. Yuno put the Golden Dawn at a really high place, so the Golden Dawn was first place. That is why I'm wearing this cloak right here. But the Black Bulls technically had literally had the most improvement though, going from the bottom spot when they had negative stars all the way up to the second place spot because they had earned so many stars from Asta joining the guild and pushing the guild to surpass their limits and do so many extra things. But some things about the Star Festival that I just want to point out. The Star Festival at the end of the day is a celebration, and festival is a very common thing in gacha games, right? So they're going to be looking for what kind of festival they can do at the or at the year point. But basically, I can see it being one of two ways. Either the Star Wars Festival is like a 0.5, like kind of like anniversary, because the point in which the story, or the point in the story in which this event takes place is currently we're in the Underwater Temple arc. We have a fight against Veto right here at this part. Then afterwards, the story kind of switches gears, and you kind of get like the focus of what's actually like a background focus or overarching plot, right? So they start to realize that something happened in the Underwater Temple arc, and I'm trying to say this as much as possible without spoiling the story, but they had realized they had found an item in the Underwater Temple arc, and they were just like, oh, this item is very important, and they start to link that back to something that was taken from Fuegolean, right? Then afterwards, they're just like, okay, let's look for these items and see if we can get to them before the Eye of the Midnight Sun, because the Eye of the Midnight Sun has already been introduced into the game. And guys, I am going to start doing videos covering the actual story of Black Clover, just so you guys are fully caught up and know what is happening, and also to know what is to come in the future of the story, because I read that latest chapter and my mind instantly just filled with so many ideas for units, and I just want everybody to be able to know what's going to be coming up, right? But essentially, after they realize that they need to collect a certain mystical item, they go to the Witch's Queen Forest, also because something happens during the Veto fight, and the Witch Queen is the only person who can amend the issue that has been caused within the Veto fight. Now, we are not even at the Veto fight in the actual story of the game yet, but the way that they're staggering out the game, I feel like by the time we reach this point in the story, it would probably be at like the 6-month mark, if they're really stretching it, or even if they did cover this, but then they kind of like use it as a theme for the anniversary, because gacha games are allowed to do that as well, right? Then it would make a lot of sense for one, all of the missions that we do in the achievement section of the game, giving us some bigger reward, because the Star Rewards Festival is literally a festival where they talk about all the individual little things that Magic Knight guilds do, like literally, or that happens at the or it happens at the, what is it, the ceremony where Asta fights the Eye of the Midnight Sun in that village, right, in Naren. And then afterwards, they have that little meetup where everybody's there. They're getting medals for the past like achievements they've done for like the month, I believe. And literally everybody tries to fight Asta, right? We've already passed that point in the story. Then the Clover Kingdom gets attacked by the Eye of the Midnight Sun again, right? At that point, they were reading out the specific things that people had done and giving them medals for it. So the Star Festival is like a very big, like grandiose version of that. So we would learn, you know, oh, these knights did this, these knights did this, these knights did this, earning, and all the things that they've done earn them like this many stars all together. Because I'm pretty sure they give you like a list, like breakdown of like all the things that the guild has done to earn like a certain amount of stars. Or, oh, they've done this did not earn them this many stars, but currently they're at this many stars because they already had a certain amount of stars, right? Because obviously the rankings don't reset every year, because the Black Bulls were in a negative spot. If it reset every year, then they would have been probably at like a, you know, 0, right, instead of like negative. But also, I believe that the Star Wars Festival will be important as well, because the Star Wars Festival is a moment in the Black Clover story where they, you know, focus on the best Magic Knights and they celebrate the best of the best Magic Knights. That's why Asta and Yuno are specifically like showcased in that event, showing that, you know, these two are new rookies, but these two are going crazy, right? So during the Star Wars Festival in the game, whether it be this 0.5 year anniversary or the year anniversary, I feel like they would bring back seasonal mages, because typically seasonal mages are kind of like the best mages for the season. So technically, the Star Wars Festival will be a perfect time to bring back the best mages of the year, right? And this star event is an annual event also, so that's why I said it will make a lot of sense for this to be the anniversary. But if they have something bigger planned up for the anniversary, then I can see them doing this for like a half-year anniversary, especially because the way that the story is going right now, I feel like it would be at like month 6 we would see something related to this. But now that we've kind of like broken down how the Star Festival is an actual thing in the story and how it could translate over to the game, let's go over to the achievements now and trying to translate them and talk about what you need to be doing in each section. Alright guys, so we're back here on the home screen. The way to see your achievement missions is you want to click the Clover up in the top corner, top right corner right here, and then afterwards you're going to see right under the mage button, you're going to see a little button right here that looks kind of like a merit medal that Julius would wear on his like little I don't know what it's called, dude, like little fur. I'll figure out the name for that by the time the next video comes. I promise, Magic Knights. But this first section right here is actually called the growth section. Now you will notice a few things right here. This is how many stars that I have right now. This is one reason why I think this is going to relate to the Star Festival, because we are literally earning stars right here. Also, you'll see right here that the Star Festival, or not Star Festival, that the stars that you earn add up to like a little percentage bar, like a little milestone bar, and then you get little rewards right here. Now the rewards that you get from this are actually pretty good. I have literally gotten multiple SSR Clover crystals from this already. When you're at lower levels, you get like some SSR Clover crystals. I believe Rare is in there as well. You also get like lump sums of black crystals. I think the last time I got black crystals, they gave me like 320 for completing out the level. So nothing to scoff at. 320 is like one fourth of a multi-summon, so, or a little over 1/4 really. But yeah, you'll see that you collect points right here, and you'll see that you get rewards down here. But basically, each one of these missions right here, before the actual like name of the mission is said or stated, you see right here that there's like a point value that you would earn, and the lower level you are on the missions, the less points that you earn at first. But the way that it works is, so this right here is enhance the skill 88 times, which I obviously have not done that. I'm still sitting at 60 out of 88. This also the other reason why I like achievements is because it kind of shows where people are like focusing in the game, right? And I focused on getting all the characters like boosted up and everything, so this is going to reflect that. But basically, you can see that this mission right here is starting out only giving me like 5 points. But you see some missions go up to like 25 points, 10 points, right? Some missions can go up beyond that. And so far, the highest amount of points that I've seen from one mission is 60 points. And I will actually like go over each one of these missions, so you'll see that mission, right? Because at first I was under the impression that mission stopped after you earn 50 points from them. And sometimes when you get to the 50 point mark, you can earn 50 points again from the next level of the mission. And also, whenever you complete a mission, so this right here, this first mission, for example, this is the growth section. This first mission right here, for example, says level up to level 32. So I have translated in my document, reach a certain level, right? And it started out much lower than this, obviously, and it probably started out at like giving 5 points or 10 points. The amount of points that it starts giving you, like off rip, that's going to be dependent on how intense the mission is. But the more and more that you complete the mission, you don't get this doesn't reset. This essentially tracks your progress from the last time, and then the cap just raises on the mission, and then you just keep going further and further and further into the mission until you just finally don't have any more missions anymore. You'll see I have some missions like blacked out down here. But now let's go ahead and start translating these. So this first one right here is reach a certain level. I am currently at reach level 32. I'm at level 31, so I'm almost there. This one right here is upgrade a skill a certain amount of times. So this one is going to be 60 out of 88 for me. I'm still on the first level of that mission. That just goes to show that I do not work on skills as of yet. I need to. I'm starting to grind more skill materials, specifically for Charmy, realistically, when I get her from the Gate of Destiny. But I am starting to work on that slowly. Right here, this one's one that I'm really lacking on. This one is unlock or open 36 talent slots. I've only done 29 out of 36, so definitely slacking in that regard, but I feel like it was worth it still, because I feel like especially with them releasing updates where they're going to be balancing mages, making mages stronger, I feel like having every mage worked on 100% is actually not essential, you know, like the rares, you can kind of, but like at least the SRs and the SSR characters, you know, I feel like having all of them worked on is definitely worth it. The next mission below is going to be acquire a mage a certain number of times. This mission caps out at 40 times. You can see I finished that. This next one is level up a mage a certain number of times. This one caps out at 4,059 times. I've finished that. The next one is going to be rank up a mage 360 times. I've mastered that already. 360 times is where it maxes out at. The next one says promote a mage a certain number of times. 98 promotions is the when it maxes out, and then awaken a mage a certain number of times, and 190 is going to be the when it maxes out. Now I kind of want to like go into the game and show you where you can do all of these. Obviously leveling, catching experience, that's up here. You know, that's just playing the game naturally. And another important thing about these achievement missions is they are at the end of the day just playing the game naturally. They might make you do a few extra things in the day that you would not think about doing yourself, but even still, that just makes you play the game more. That just makes you, I feel like, learn more, right? You start to learn like, oh, I can get this from this, I can get this from this, and it just forces you to, you know, boost your skill ceiling, right? Then strengthen a skill a certain number of times. Obviously, when you come and look at your characters, you can just come right here to their skills. Yami's skills are all level 5, but literally, usually on another character, let's go to another character, because Noelle, I use her all the time, her skills are not upgraded at all, and I know that that's ridiculous, but like, yeah, I need to upgrade those skills. You'll see right here that the skills give you a certain, it costs a certain material, and I have another video coming up where I will fully in-depth break down skills. I just need to work on a few SR characters to get the numbers for how much it costs to boost their skills all the way to level 5. But for URs or for LRs, for SSRs, I already have the numbers kind of like worked out, right? But yeah, this is coming to rank up a skill. Opening talent slots is obviously this section right here. You can see I'm slacking on Noelle. Like, dude, like I said, I found out about those characters first, and now I'm kind of like, I don't feel like I'm in a process of, like, I don't grind all this other stuff as much because I'm still kind of like in that summon process. I'm grinding the gacha right now because I'm trying to get every character to 5-star. I just feel so like incomplete not having that. But at the same time, I know that I can fix that in the future, so I am starting to pivot focus a little bit more. So acquire a mage a certain number of times, literally summon. That's just summoning, because you get mages from that all the time. Level up a mage a certain number of times, so literally give them experience. I'm pretty sure like every level they go up is considered another like level up a mage, right? So there are 56 mages in the game currently, and like all the mages rare mages start at level 1 and go up to 20, and then you gotta get them from 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, you know. And SR is gonna be starting at from 1 to 40 instead of starting from 1 to 20, and then SSR is going to be from 1 to 60, right? So as you can imagine, reaching 4,900 level ups or 4,059 level ups is a very like mindless process. It's just you play the game naturally, work on your mages that you like. If you finish working on the mages you like, start to kind of like look and see who you like, you know, not as much, but you still think like, oh, they'll be kind of interesting. Start working on those mages next. You will clearly that mission easily. Rank up a mage a certain number of times. Now, rank up a mage is going to be boosting the mage with a mage piece. I cannot show you that because Asta's Clover is already filled out. Or actually, yeah, I guess I kind of can show you. Right here, you see Asta's Clover is filled out. Now, rares, rares trying to get up to SRs, you do have to fill out their Clover 4 times, or you have to fill out 4 leaves from their Clover. SRs trying to get to SSR, you have to fill out that Clover. And then the SSR trying to go to a UR, you have to fill out that Clover one more time. Once you get a mage to UR, you do not need to fill out the Clover anymore. So ranking up is going to, the bulk of ranking up a mage is going to come from rare and SR mages, but SSR mages obviously contribute as well because they still take 4 Clovers each. Promote a mage a certain number of times. This literally is just taking them from the one rarity to the next rarity. So you can see right here, I have not farmed the affinity yet on Asta, but when I do, I will get his crystals, and I'll be able to use 2 of them right here to boost them up to a UR, and that's literally what that mission is talking about. And then awaken a mage a certain number of times. Awakening is literally just doing the star system, and you can see that every one of my mages that are not SSR are all 5-star already, and then like a good bulk of my SSRs are already 5-star. So I cleared that mission long ago because the mission is to do 190 awakenings. 190 awakenings is literally just 5-starring 38 characters, and I've far exceeded that. So now let's move over to the next section of the achievement missions. This next section is named Adventure. This is just kind of like exploring the world and using your resources within the world, you know, and just interacting with the world, right? So the first mission right here is sell an item a certain number of times. I am at 3,320 right now, or I'm at 2,901 out of 3,320 right now. That's gonna give me 25 points. Transform an item a certain number of times. So I am at 860 out of 1,320. The next one is going to be purchase an item from the village shop a certain number of times. So that is walking to the village shop, getting something from them, sell items at the village shop a certain number of times, cook a certain number of times. So the unfortunate part about these achievements is once you complete them, they do kind of like become blacked out, grayed out at the bottom of the list of missions. So I don't 100% know what order they are in. I only know the order of the ones that I'm still actively working on. But this next one right here is just cook a certain number of times. This one gives you LR gearboxes as well. It's rare to, oh no, this was SSR to LR. It started out as rare to like LR when I started getting LR boxes from this, but now it's like SSR to rare LR. So that's actually pretty good. The next mission up is going to be use a friend 205 times. The next one is going to be draw on the gacha 5,680 times. And I just want you guys to know I have summoned 4,919 times in this game. Now, obviously, summoning is a loose term. That does not just mean premium summon currency. That means friend summons as well. Then the next mission is complete the find all 9 memory fragments in chapter 5, right? Then if we come down below it, you can see all the missions that I've completed. This one right here is collect a certain amount of Yule. This mission does not finish until you collect 84,450,000 Yule. I cleared this month 1 from all the grinding, 4 characters, like levels and everything. This next one is going to be purchase items in a shop a certain number of times, and this mission completes after 3,600 purchases. And I'll specifically go over this one because that's not the shop that you think it might be. The next one is search a certain number of times. So when you're like walking on the overworld map and you press the little green button, this next one is going to be fish a certain number of times, and those missions finish relatively close to each other. Then right here we have collect all the memory fragments in chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4, and that's going to be it for your adventure missions. And then let's actually hop back into the like world and show where we can do all of these missions. So when it says sell an item, that does not mean sell an item to the village shop. That means go to your inventory. You can come down here or look at some miscellaneous items. Sometimes when I have like hella food to make progress on this mission, I will come in here. Like sometimes I'll have like 1,000 of like one food item or one ingredient. I'll sell off like 500, maybe even like 700 every now and then, just to give myself a really big jump in the sells an item a certain number of times mission. Transform items a certain number of times. That's when you come to Gray back here. Oh, that's crazy. I never realized that Nero was just flying right here. That's crazy. Did they add that recently? If you come here, you can actually just like transform items. So I have like 315 of these weapon upgrade materials or gear upgrade materials. I can transform up into the legendary ones if I want to. I have a couple of these ones that have a higher chance of being guaranteed. I can transform those up into legendary materials if I want to. But you come through here, you can just like transform a bunch of stuff into different materials, and this is the mission that's talking about completing. Purchase items from the village shops. That's if you come back to the overworld here, and then we go back. This is like in the chapter. We go back to the overworld here, Then this chapter specifically, we do not have the shop unlocked just yet, but you can see I'm stacked up on medals for that shop because I farmed the affinity here as soon as this chapter came out. Just go ahead and get it maxed out before the next chapter comes and that unlocks. So if we come to another village where we can't actually find the shop, when you're looking for the shop, you can just press this button right here, right? And then you just go to the shop. It's going to take you into the village. It's going to automatically walk you over to the shop. And then when we come in here, you can see the village shop not only has ingredients right down here that cost actual just like regular like Yule, but you see right here there's also skill upgrade materials in here, and I have another video on the way about affinity and talking about the breakdown of like what you get from each village, right? But yeah, you can use your medals to like buy materials in different village shops and everything, and I need to farm some more medals for this chapter specifically so that I can go ahead and get all this stuff for the month. And some of these things are weekly, like the affinity gifts, these are weekly, but these are like monthly, right? Because if you could buy these every week, then oh dude, you progress so far in the game, and they kind of try to stagger out your progression low-key. I've seen that from trying to like min-max everything day one type of shit. But that's the purchase items from the shop mission. Sell items at the village shop. Literally you just come down right here and press this, and then you can just sell the items that you have. Then the next mission is going to be cook a certain number of times. Literally if you go back into the Black Bull's hideout, you come over to Charmy, and then you talk to her, and then you can literally just like cook anything that you feel like, really. Well, I can make 7 of those. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, you can just like make anything that you feel like, and definitely look through the foods and look through the different effects, because these foods are very useful for a lot of different things. Like this food right here, while it looks like it may increase your HP by 15%, that's not what it actually does. That boosts your affinity by 15%. So when you're affinity farming for a character, you can get them maxed out on affinity a lot faster if you have like a bunch of this food, right? So cooking is very important as well. Use friend mages a certain number of times. Now, friend mages can be used in the story. Obviously, there's no story right now because I finished all the story chapters. But if you go to the Hall of Memories, so right here, and tap this side, you go to this little mission down here that has the black crystals on it. If you go to the Hall of Memories, you can actually just go in here, and you can choose a friend right here for these missions. I have been slacking on my mission for using a friend a certain number of times because I've just been skip ticketing this because I do not feel like letting the auto battle run. I just feel like burning through this and then going on to the next thing that I'm doing. Then the next mission is going to be drawing a gacha a certain number of times. Obviously, you come to this section of the game right here, and you just summon like there's no tomorrow, like a madman, like a dead man, right? And basically, like I said, I'm at 4,919 summons right now out of 5,680, so I'm very close to reaching that next little milestone. I think I'm getting 50 points for that when I reach it. But not only is it talking about the premium summons, but it's also just talking about the friend summons, and also the free daily summon you do every day also counts towards that. So just keep in mind, make sure that, not make sure that you're summoning, but when you get your friend points, make sure that you're using those up immediately. I can't say every time you get Black Crystal summon, that's not a very smart idea. You want to save your Black Crystals for when it's worth it. Then the rest of the missions, or not the rest of the missions, the next mission, collecting Yule. The best place that you can go to collect Yule is going to be the experience dungeon. I am pretty sure that this stage right here gives you the most Yule drop per run. And I even saw on the wiki, they were doing like, there was like a guide on how to obtain Yule, and I had already figured it out, of course, but I was a little curious as to what the game had to say to see if there was something that I didn't know. And they did say that using this stage is the best way to get extra Yule, right? But you see, you get 5,940 Yule. There's actually a food that you can create that increases the amount of gold drops. So this one increases it by 15%. If I had the green version or the rare version of it, it would only increase gold drop by 10%. But that does increase the gold you get per run each time you run this stage. And if you're auto battling this and you have a bunch of that food, you can stack up some money like pretty fast. I'm at 8 million Yule now, but at the beginning stages of the game for me, it was a very big struggle to keep Yule because I was working on everything. So yeah, experience engine, we're gonna come to get Yule. Also, there is a daily limited dungeon, not even every day now. They changed it for whatever fucking reason, but you can literally go and do the final level of this mission, and the team power requirement is not as high as a lot of other missions, so I feel like this one's a little more forgiving. But right here you can get another 140,000 Yule. You can also use that money food here. And then also, the reason why I have like 5 money like foods is because I just saved them for when I do King Wolf. King Wolf's not showing up right now in the video, but that is the mission where you go and fight him, and then you get like 300,000 Yule or something like that. And if you use like the food to boost it, you can get like 384,000, right? So very good stuff. But the next mission is going to be purchase items in the shop a certain number of times. Now, this is not talking about the village shop. This is talking about this shop down here. But this is not just something for sweats to do, right? Because not only is it talking about this shop for stuff that actually costs actual money, it's also talking about the Mage Piece shop. These purchases also count towards that mission. Also, these also count, right? The black crystal purchases you do to boost like your your stamina and stuff, that also counts towards it. So these shops right here, this shop is like a free-to-play shop. Literally, this is the PvP shop. This is the pity shop from whenever the season ends, or the next season starts technically. And then this right here is like the shop that you can have access to for every month to get like selector tickets for SSR skill pages and get the like random chance tickets for like regular skill pages, right? This shop also like counts, and then also these shops down here on the events, right? And you can see that my currency for the events are very low right now. I'm just waiting for some stamina to come back so I can like actually farm it, because I gotta go to work a little later today, so I'll probably just leave that auto battling, to be real. The next mission is going to be search a certain number of times. So searching is when you come to the overworld. I can't really give you an example right now because I've already done all my searching for the day, but when you're walking around in the overworld, whenever that little green hand pops up and you tap on that, that is searching. Obviously fishing is literally this over here. The reason why fishing and searching go hand in hand and the numbers are so close, like once you search 718 times and you fish 720 times, you're done with both of the missions. The reason why they're so closely like intertwined is because when you search, you do find extra fishing lures, and then you can use the fishing lures to go ahead and just run that mission up as well. And the fishing mission takes a lot longer than the search mission, it feels like, but it really does help that they've been giving us like 20 lures every day. I don't know if they're still doing that, but like, it doesn't really matter to me anymore. I don't really need it anymore. So then the next few missions are going to be finding all the memory fragments in all of the chapters, right? So chapters 1 through 5. If we go over to chapter, because I've already completed all the memory fragments in the first 4 chapters, right? We're going to go over to chapter 5 right here, and I'm going to show you guys that I am still missing 2 of Yami's puzzle pieces. But once I can get these last 2 Yami puzzle pieces, I can actually fuse this into Yami's skill page, and the Yami skill page will be 5-star. And that'll be my first 5-star skill page, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, you can find puzzle pieces literally by like searching randomly within the map. You can also find them from fishing. I think you can find them from opening like boxes within the village, like breaking boxes in the village too. So remember to do all of those things whenever you're looking for these skill pages, because they could be anywhere. Also, the first 4 chapters, the skill pages that you got from them were for SR characters. So it's very nice that they gave us a free SSR skill page. And now I'm kind of curious what skill pages are going to give us in chapter 6, because I did not believe that they would give us SSR skill pages, at least not this early on in the process. But I guess they just want you to be cracked, right? So surpass your limits, man. Now we can go over to the next section of the missions. Alright, this next section for the missions is called Challenge, and this section, I actually do not have any of the missions like capped out yet. So all of these are still in a work in progress. The first mission is going to be clear the blue-green forest a certain number of times. That is the experience dungeon. The next one is going to be clear dungeon a certain number of times. That's the gear dungeon. Clear city a certain number of times. That's the dungeon where you get the gear substat upgrade material. Then clear ice cave a certain number of times. That's where you're going to get talent materials. Clear patrol stages a certain number of times. That's affinity. Clear Hall of Memories a certain number of times. That's when you use your story tickets for the black crystals. Clear King Wolf a certain number of times. We just talked about King Wolf. Clear special episodes a certain number of times. That's like the Noel's Rampage or the robber dude in the special episode. Clear subjugation battle a certain number of times. And I'm sorry, I need to be scrolling down. So the first one here, the first one is XP dungeon. The second one is gear dungeon. The third one is gear substat upgrade dungeon. The fourth one here is talent dungeon. This one here is patrol stages. This one here is Hall of Memories. This one here is King Wolf right here. This one here is special episodes. This one is subjugation battle. This mission right here is win an arena a certain number of times, and you'll see that that mission is very low for me. That is because of the next mission, arguably the most mind-numbing mission in all of these missions, the worst mission. Why did they even make this mission and go this far? This mission says lose an arena a certain number of times, and as you can see, I am at 512 losses. I have been walking into arena battles and exiting them and quitting them on purpose so that I can go ahead and get this mission knocked out and never have to worry about this again. Why do they want us to lose 537 times? That's my main question. In a game about surpassing your limits and becoming stronger than yourself, why we gotta lose 537 times? It's like you get to a certain point on the mission and literally it just raises the cap and you're just like, bro, why? It's actually like infuriating having to lose this many times because I'm missing out on a lot of extra black crystals in the week. And yes, you do not have to do it this way, but I am a completionist. I will complete all of these achievements by any means necessary. So realistically, it is worth it to me, and I have to defeat this, especially because when I started losing on purpose, I was at about maybe like under 20 losses, and now look how far we've come, and look how they keep adding more missions to it. This really racks my brain every time, but that's it. It is what it is, man. Now let's kind of go over and show where you need to go for each one of these areas. Obviously, the mission where you need to clear the experience dungeon is right here at the top. The mission where you need to clear the gear dungeon is literally second right here. The next mission where you have to do city is right here. The next mission where you have to do ice cave is right here. Patrol stages are right here. Hall of memories are right here. So they have them literally all stacked up the exact same way they're stacked up in the dungeon in the little what am I trying to say? In the events like area for you, right? Then clear King Wolf. Like I said, I can't show that right now because he's not on the map, but like King Wolf literally pops up every like few hours or so. When you just defeat him, you get a lot of extra money. So you should be doing that anyway, right? Then clear special episodes. Special episodes typically pop up on this side right here, but right now they are in the process of adding more stuff in, so special episodes are not in here just yet. But like I said, special episodes are going to be like the Noel like rampage shit, or the one where you have to fight the dude who's the robber in the city, right? Then clear subjugation battle. Subjugation battle is like Battle Gigas, and we're about to get that new subjugation battle for the three-headed serpent, so that's going to be really fun. Win an arena a certain number of times and lose an arena a certain number of times. Obviously, you can just press the Clover up here and go right here to the two swords clashing, and this is where we get to arena, so that's where you knock out that mission. Now let's go ahead and head over to the next section of missions. This tab for the missions is named achievements. This first one right here, okay, well, my bad. This one, or not achievements, equipment. I'm sorry, the whole thing is called achievements. This section is called equipment. I don't know if I said the name of the last section. This last section right here is called challenge. But this section right here is called equipment, and this is going to be for like collecting materials to make your mages stronger. Supplementary things that boost your mage. So this first mission right here is going to be acquire a skill page a certain number of times. This one is awaken a skill page. Yes, awaken a skill page a certain number of times. This right here is dismantle a skill page a certain number of times. This is acquire a certain number of like gear pieces. Then this right here is going to be acquire a certain number of gear accessory, or acquire a certain number of gear enhancement stones. So those are going to be like the blue stones that you get, right? And we're right here. Then this next mission is going to be acquire a certain number of accessory enhancement stones, which are the red stones, the red dust you get when you dismantle gear, right? Then this next one right here is going to be successfully acquire a certain number of accessories. So right now I'm at 20 out of 60. This right here is going to say successfully enhance gear a certain number of times. This next one right here. This next one right here is going to say successfully enhance accessories a certain number of times. This next one is dismantle equipment a certain number of times. Then this one right here is craft a certain number of gear enhancement stones. Then this one right here is going to be develop accessories a certain number of times. This is also another section where I do not have anything like maxed out yet. So literally these last three sections right here are going to be the three sections that I don't have anything done at all, but these first two right here are going to be the two that have like a lot of missions already completed within them, right? But let's come over to equipment and let's actually go and show where you get all these things done, right? Obviously acquiring a skill page, you're going to do that from summoning, but also you can go to the, I didn't mean to go there. You can also go to Gordon and you can dismantle skill pages. And when you dismantle skill pages, and I guess I'll go ahead and just skip ahead and show you the dismantle skill page shit right here, right? But when we dismantle skill pages, rare skill pages are only going to give you, let's see, do I have any SR skill pages to dismantle? I do not. Cool. Rare skill pages are only going to give you this like dark blue material right here. When you dismantle SR or higher skill pages, that's when you actually get like let me go to the little exchange shop so I can show you. That's where you get this like little premium lighter blue material right here. And you can see everything starts to come back around full circle. So we were talking about earlier, you have to make purchases in the shop, but you can go and dismantle your skill pages and get some free currency. You can at least buy these like every month, right? This one's weekly, I believe, but the other three right here are going to be monthly. And this one, don't sleep on this one. This one is a rare to SSR ticket. I have pulled The last skill page that I was missing before I had all the skill pages was real skill page, and I literally used one of these and I got a real skill page off of it. So do not sleep on these. You have a chance to get like SSR skill page off of it. Is it a high chance? No, but it's still a chance, right? But this right here, these are the materials that you get from dismantling your skill pages. So we just saw where to do that. But that is another place that you can acquire skill pages as well. And you can also acquire skill pages from obviously doing the puzzle piece shit from the story chapters. Then you can also come to the Hall of Memories, and the top mission on each one of these chapters for Hall of Memories has a chance to give you SSR or Clover crystals in general, right? But if you do the second page in each chapter, you have a chance to get skill pages. And some of these skill pages are two of the skill pages are SSR. Two of them, I believe, are no. 2 are SSR, 1 is SR, 2 are rare. And if you go into the later chapters, yeah, it does continue to follow that format. No. 2 SSRs, 2 SRs, yep, and then 2 rares. So yes, you can actually just acquire skill pages from this as well if you're super lucky. Next mission is going to be dismantle a skill page a certain number of times. We just went over that. Acquire a certain number of gear. Obviously, you just need to go and do the gear dungeon and farm that up, and you'll get gear to drop. The next mission is going to be acquire a certain number of gear enhancement stones. Those can be obtained. Jeez, I just mixed the word obtained and acquired. You can get those from this mission right here, because while this is substat upgrade materials, these are also gear enhancement stones right here. But also, whenever you get a bunch of gear, you need to clear out your inventory. You can actually come to Vanessa. Oh, I'm behind the chair. That's cool. He's gonna pop in front of the chair. You can come to Vanessa. You can actually come right here. You can break down gear, dismantle gear, and this is a later mission, so we're covering this as well. But you'll see right here that when we dismantle gear, it gives us this little like powder, this blue powder, and then this red powder. The blue powder you get super easily. You can see I'm at 999 plus. The red powder is not so common. You only get those. You have a very low chance of getting it for SSR, a better chance of getting more of it from UR and then LR obviously as well. And also if you just break down accessories straight up, you can also get like red dust guaranteed. But I'm gonna actually go ahead and just do the rest of these because I did farm some gear yesterday, and you know, this is just like a little overabundance. And honestly, I'm gonna get rid of the UR stuff as well, because realistically, UR and below, not even for making accessories, I don't even think that's important. Like that UR gear is important for that, because once you get to a point where you just max out your you can see that some of these like that I'm breaking down, I'm just not getting any red at all. And then with the UR pieces, I finally get like a tiny bit of red, right? But it's like UR pieces, oh, you can see I just completed an achievement. But literally the UR pieces aren't even that important, because whenever you try to make LR gear, you need at least 10 LR pieces, or when you try to make LR accessories, you need at least 10 LR pieces, right? But after we break it down, we can actually come to Vanessa right here, and we can do this. This is the third option on the list, and you can actually just make as many of these as you like, right? As many as you have, really. And this one, I can only make 2 of these, but I'm really gonna make... I'm gonna make 3 of these, because these are where I'm lacking the most, the middle one. Then right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just make these, because you always want to have more LR upgrade materials, because that's the most valuable. You don't get LR pieces often, so when you do, you know, to go ahead and just stack that up beforehand, you're gonna be really set whenever you're trying to work on them and get them to plus 12. The next one is going to be acquire a certain number of accessories. There's actually a limited dungeon. I'm not going to show because it's not in the game right now, but there is a limited dungeon where you can actually get LR accessories. Maybe I can go over that mission when it's on another day. Maybe I can go over all the limited dungeons, right? But basically, there is a limited dungeon where you can just straight up farm an accessory straight up. Now, it has a chance to drop LR accessories, but it's not guaranteed, so do not get your hopes up, but it's still worth a shot. I have not gotten an LR accessory from it yet, but I have actually crafted an LR accessory. The only problem is it's a piece for attackers and it gives defense, so not too happy about that, but it's okay. You can also get accessories from talking to Vanessa once more, and instead of doing the third option, you're gonna come to the top option right here. And you see right here, you can make general accessories. So if I just, well, I can't choose that because it's locked, but you can make accessories, and you can see right here, if I just tap on 10 LR pieces, I don't have 10 LR pieces, but you see the percentage goes up the more LR pieces that I tap on. If I tap on all LR pieces, eventually the SSR rate is going to become 4%. The UR rate is going to be, no. The SSR rate is going to become 5%. The UR rate is going to be 90%, and then the LR rate is going to be 5% as well. You can boost the percentage an extra little bit with this, but it's a very small amount that you boost it by, so you want to get like a lot of them, I'm pretty sure. Then if you come back right here, you see these other 3 sections right here. These actually will allow you to make accessories of a specific type The only thing is you need to have an SSR Clover crystal to actually do this version of it. And that's why I summon so much. That's why I like to have extra duplicates of characters that are already 5 stars so I can use them for the Clover crystals, so I can save the actual Clover crystals towards doing this instead. Because I want to have me some nice LR accessories, and this really like minimizes the headache. Not really, it doesn't minimize the headache, but it lowers the headache, you know, whenever you're trying to get accessories. Because accessories, first of all, can be made for a mage of, you have to make one for a mage, and there's 5 different classes. Then there are 6 different sets for each class. Then there are 3 pieces within each set. So you do the math on that. The chances of getting the exact piece that you need is like very, very low. Not to mention there are 3 rarities that the gear could end up being. Now, if you use all LR gear, there's basically only 2 rarities it can end up being. I have not done all LR gear and gotten an SSR like piece from it yet, and if I do, I will rage, but I will not quit the game. It's about surpassing your limits and become stronger than yourself, right? But then we come over here. If we can select the class, then that takes away like whatever math he just did for like, oh, times 5 for how many mages, then times 6 for how many sets there are, and then times 3 for how many pieces of gear there are, and then times another 3 for how many rarities there are. Take away the times 5, because now you can just specifically pick the class. But like I said, this is expensive. This requires SSR Clover crystals. It only requires 1 per time you do it, but still, SSR Clover crystals are very important, especially for somebody who doesn't have every mage in the game already LR. But for me, that is just a different story. The next mission is going to be successfully enhance gear a certain number of times. Literally this. Like if you do this, right? Go here, you can enhance the gear. Literally, every time it fails, it doesn't count towards the mission. Every time it passes, it does count towards the mission. And a fun fact, whenever you're looking at the substats for your gear, you do not know the substats until you get the gear to plus 12. So have fun with that information. Whenever you do finally get to a point where you are farming LR gear, if you start to try to focus substats, you're gonna be in a world of hurt, but it's cool, I guess. Actually, this piece right here I need for Licked. So actually, let's because do I have another plus 12 piece up here with magical attack on it for this man already? I do not. Yeah. Let's work on that piece actually. So you guys will get a little bit of a 1, 2. Okay, I see. I'm missing it. Okay, let's do this right here. No, that's a crit rate piece, but it gives magical attack. So I would want that actually. No, does he need? You know what? Who cares? Yeah, I just want to. Realistically, I just want to upgrade the gear, bro. It really is whatever. Plus, honestly, not even for Licked, right? If I upgrade this piece and it has better substats on it than the piece Yami already has on, then I can replace the piece Yami already has on. I can boost the substats on that, and I can make Yami like that much stronger, right? But the next mission is successfully enhance accessories a certain number of times. You're literally just going to do the same thing that I'm doing right now, but on your accessories. The only reason why I'm not going to show that is because literally I do not have like the level 1 material, or not level 1, but the first little set of materials that you need to upgrade your accessories. I don't have that. Actually, I have an LR accessory piece, but the real question is, do I have the LR accessory upgrade stones? That is the real question. That's the real like trap. Dismantle equipment a certain number of times. We already showed how to dismantle equipment talking to Vanessa. Craft a certain number of gear enhancement stones. We already saw where to do. No, I didn't show that. So actually, yeah, I can show that. Actually, yeah, no, I did do that because I turned them from dust into the enhancement stones right there, right? So we saw that. Then develop accessories a certain number of times, and I literally just showed where you can develop accessories. So the gear stuff is pretty like intuitive. It kind of like all comes together. Those substats are. What I was looking for was like crit rate and crit damage mainly. Oh, this isn't a piece for Yami because literally Yami is physical attack. So yeah, that doesn't work out anyway. But it's whatever. Literally the only piece that I'm missing for Yami now is just the LR version of this piece with physical attack on it. I have all the and that's a crit damage piece actually. So I have all the crit rate pieces that I already need. I just need the crit damage piece. Now we can go over to the last section of the missions, and then we can go ahead and start wrapping this video up. Now guys, this last tab of missions is going to be called Community. This is literally the simplest, like the smallest like list of missions in a section, but it's just very tedious. This one right here is sending gifts to your friends every day, a certain number of times. This one right here is playing Yami's little card game multiple times. This one right here is losing Yami's card game multiple times. This one is playing Asa's training game a certain number of times. This one right here is reaching a certain level on Asa's training game. And then this one right here is using stamps in chat a certain number of times. So let's just go ahead and go and look over that. Literally to send gifts to your friends, right? You come right here to the friend section. Now, you'll notice that the bottom of my friends list has like players that are like level 9. Like, bro, it's like, are you even playing? I think that says 28 days ago. So I need to update my friends list. But the reason why I have not deleted some people and like added more people is because I do not like, obviously people will send me friend requests because my account has so many stacked ass characters, and if they come across my characters and they're gonna be, oh, I want to add this dude as friend, right? But I just keep these guys here because that is for certain like 30 people I can send gifts to every day, and then I get like get that towards a mission. But right now the maximum amount of friends you can have is 30, so the mission takes quite a bit of time. But basically, I'm probably gonna wait till tomorrow, send all these friend gifts, or not wait till tomorrow, wait till 3 p.m. send all these friend gifts, and then afterwards I will start deleting some of the like lower level friends at the bottom of the list, and then new people will like add me in the day, and then like literally I'll add them back, and then I will literally just be able to send more gifts in one day. So hopefully that works out for me pretty well today. The next one is going to be Yami's little card game. Literally walk over to this man Yami, talk to him, press this. You get 5 attempts a day, and then you can fill out you can literally buy 5 more attempts in a day, and you only pay 1,500 Yule to get an extra attempt on the card game. And the card game is not bad because like literally this resets every Sunday. On the card game you can get 40,000 extra Yule. You can also get 30 extra stamina, and you can get 180 black crystals. So the card game is not that bad. Now, to get the 180 black crystals, you have to win 10 times in a row. But like when you win 10 times in a row, you get all these rewards. You can see that I've won this 23 times in a row. That's because sometimes I just like hard grind this and make sure that I can get all of the missions in the week, obviously, and then I try to focus this every now and then because I don't do this one. I do not do every single day. This one I kind of like. Sometimes I'll just let it sit for a few days, and then like I come back to it, all right, let me knock out a couple wins. And I'll try to win like 20 times in one sitting, and then literally just like jump up, or not jump up, but like just use the next card. And also, whenever you are doing this, if you're about to lose, because it will irritate you to no end. Because literally, the enemy that you go against, they move so slow. The NPC, so slow moving. When I'm about to lose off of some bullshit, and like I just don't have any cards put down, and they're on their last card, and I'm about to put the card down, I'm just like, I'm sorry guys, I'm listening to my AirPods, and I heard Black Clover's like opening start playing like Haruka Mirai. But literally, bro, you get so tired of waiting for him to fucking move that you just like, okay, I lost, and you just like quit. If you quit, you do not get the progress for losing to him. So make sure that when you're gonna lose, you sit there and you take that shot to the chest, bro. Then the second to last little set, these are kind of paired up. If you come to your inventory and then you go all the way down, not to the bottom, second to the bottom, these tickets right here, right? You can use one, and when you use one, it brings you to this little mini game area, and you have to do this 160 times for the first mission. I haven't done it 160 times because this mission is fucking irritating. This mini game is irritating as hell. It gives you a little bit of extra Yule though, but the part that's irritating is you have to reach that certain level. The certain level you have to reach is 330, and I'll let you know now that every time you jump on a rock, it is like time limited to how long you can stand on that rock, and the higher and higher you go, the faster the time goes. So, you know, eventually you get to a point where like you are jumping rock to rock, but like sometimes literally your taps just aren't fast enough, and then you're just fucked anyway. And the mission for this one is getting all the way to like 500, and you get, I mean, I guess that's a decent reward. You get 150,000 Yule, but for the amount of headache, not worth it. Not worth it. But hey, I gotta complete every mission, so that is what it is. Then literally the last mission right here of this whole video is going into your chat and using stamps. But that is all the missions in the achievement section, and the reason why I feel like they will be rewarding us for this is because literally mages within the series get awarded for their achievements. So the achievements is literally just us doing a bunch of shit across the game, which kind of like equivalates to them like Magic Knights doing a bunch of like different like odd jobs and like missions granted by the Wizard King within the story, right? So be careful, look out for your achievements, make sure that you're working on them every day because they are a very daunting list of tasks. But if you can start to run through them like and be very mindful about it, you can start to run through them like very quickly. But If you guys remember at the beginning of the video, I said that my goal for the end of the month is to reach 500 subscribers. So if you can help me with that, definitely help me with that. But if you enjoyed the video, like it, I guess. That's going to be your boy, DEADMANVINCE, in his Golden Dawn cloak. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope this was very helpful to you. And also, remember, I said I'll leave link down below a translated list of all of these achievement missions. And all of the missions that I've already completed, I literally have in parentheses, at which you would complete that mission. So I put in as much information as I can give you as possible, and the more that I complete these missions, the more that I'll update the information for you guys. But yeah, that's gonna be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. Oh, and one last thing that I almost forgot. Whenever you are doing achievements, so say right here I do the 36 talent slots. If I did 37 talent slots, it would say 37 out of 36. That's how you know that it's going to go up to another level with the mission. But if I do 37 talent slots and it still said 36 out of 36, that's how you know that the mission's done, because it doesn't overflow over the amount that you were supposed to be doing. That's it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy that. You have a good one. Peace.